This is Dolynny TV, guys. Good morning and welcome to another Edmonton Oilers little chat of a video here. Of course, discussing, as you see in the title today, a couple of things the Edmonton Oilers need to have happen to make the playoffs in 2018-2019. So the first thing we need to discuss is right now, we're just in the early onset of July. We're not even halfway through July, so there's a lot that could change. Trades could be made. Players could come in still via free agency. Things could be worked around a little bit here. And we're not really sure what the team's going to 100% look like. I know Darnell Nurse still unsigned. Probably going to re-sign him 100%. That's not even a question. Milan Lucic, the question mark there. And then the other guys, you got the farm guys coming up. Is Yamamoto going to stick full-time? What about Tyler Benson? Where's Tyrati figure in? Is he going to be that bona fide top line right winger with McDavid and Nugent Hopkins this year? What's kind of the combinations that we're going to see with the Oilers this season? That's not really what we're playing with today. What we're playing with is what needs to happen for the Oilers to make the playoffs this season. And number one, 100% number one for the Oilers this year is to avoid the injury bug. Now, of course, the Oilers famously, throughout my tenure watching the Oilers since 2005, 2006, have always seemed to have an injury bug problem. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. Injury bug problem. And of course, last year you see where that really came to bite us back. Nugent Hopkins played 62 of a possible 82 games due to injury. I believe it was a rib injury this season instead of shoulder, which is a little bit better than the past couple of years where it's always been re-aggravating the shoulders and giving that hell of an issue. But if they can, as a group, avoid the injury problem, of course, Clefbaum, add him to the list there. Yes, sure, he played through a majority of the season, but Clefbaum is a big piece of the Oilers defense, and you add on that Larson had to miss time due to family issues. Well, you add on those three key pieces playing 75 to 80 games in the entire lineup in a season comparative to what they did play, and you're talking a big, huge chunk of games where those guys are contributing. I mean, Nugent Hopkins had almost 50 points in 62 games. Yes, sure, the McDavid-Ratty line helped him out, but give him an extra 15 games on that line, and who knows what could have been the answer there. It could have easily been a 60-point season for Ryan Nugent Hopkins, and that could have easily shifted the balance of power just himself to a little bit closer. We wouldn't be drafting Evan Bouchard, right? That's what I'm saying, is it could have been a lot better of a season. Now, playoffs or not, maybe a question mark there, because there's still a couple of things that needed to happen for the Oilers last year to have made the playoffs, and that's what we're addressing in this video. The other one that really needed to happen, and just didn't early on and then didn't with certain guys the rest of the way home, is depth scoring. So you've got, I guess I'm kind of tainted as to what I'm calling depth scoring. So Leon Draisaitl slumped early. What, like 4 goals in the first 20 games, I believe, or something crazy like that. Can't really find the stat. Tried looking for it this morning, but couldn't find it. But Draisaitl struggled to score early. And then, do we have to address the elephant in the room? Do we really have to? Yeah, we do. Milan Lucic, 10 goals last season. You add on an extra 13 to match what he did in 15 or 16-17. Suddenly you're talking 13 goals. Well, that in the game is a big difference for the Oilers, right? 13 goals over the span of a season could change 2 or 3 hockey games 110%, whether it be in overtime or whether it be in regulation. You get tied, go to overtime, give McDavid and Draisaitl a chance to light it up in overtime, right? That's a big amount of goals that Milan Lucic was missing. Now, of course, I'd expect him to rebound this season, of course, hopefully in a better role than he was in last year. He didn't really have a defined role. They tried him in places, he didn't fit, and then it just seemed to be, he was really out of place all the last season. So what I'm saying is throw him on the third line, allow him to use this physicality again to create a difference in the game, and use him with Strome. Strome is going to have a breakout season, I believe. That's where the depth scoring is also going to come from. Strome could easily put up 50 points this year, I believe, if they give him the right line mates to work with and hopefully give him the right guys to mix around with and get the puck into the net, whether it be via an assist or whether it be via a shot and a goal, right? That's what I'm saying, is it could be a good year for Strome, and if you've got Lucic paired with him, it could be a very good year for Lucic, even if he rebounds and gets 18, 19 goals, but doesn't quite eclipse 20. I'd be fine with that. 10 goals for the Milan Lucic at $6 million in a season is not going to cut it for me. So depth scoring, of course, that has to come back to the blue line as well. And I mean, Darnell Nurse really picked it up last season. So did Matt Benning, but I think overall, like Chris Russell, Andrej Sekera's got to come around. Andrej Sekera didn't check his stats, actually. Check them really quickly here. Sekera, if I can spell on my keyboard here. Sekera, see, this is speedy. I'm doing this all live for you guys. Andrej Sekera right here. Just so as I actually know what I'm talking about. So he played only 36 games last year. Another guy who missed a lot of time due to injury, but he was injured before the season even began. He only put up 8 points. So over a full season, I mean, that's what, 16? So if we can get 24, 25 out of Sekera next season, that would be absolutely massive, guys. 24 to 25 points out of Sekera, and then you talk about Matt Benning doing the same thing he did last year, except for over a full season, not the last 2 months. Darnell Nurse doing his thing, and then Adam Larsson and Oscar Klefbom getting back to where they were in, man, can't even say it, 16, 17, and all of a sudden the team really has a bona fide defense core that can score and forwards up front that are going to get the job done. You know what? If Yamamoto ends up sticking with the Oilers, I believe no matter what, he will light it up. He'll find his way around the lineup and find guys to score with, whether it be Puljujarvi, Draisaitl, and himself, or up there on the McDavid line sometimes instead of Ratty. You know what I mean? It could be an absolute transformative year for the Oilers, adding Yamamoto and just having a full-time effect of Yamamoto, Draisaitl, and Puljujarvi. That's why I was tripping over my words right there, boys. I had to sneeze, bless me right there. But yeah, so a full season of those 3 on the second line, and then you've got Nugent Hopkins, McDavid, and Ratty on the first line. If both top lines work, I think 100% we have a team that is going to make the playoffs, depending on one last issue. The other issue needing to be addressed is the goaltending situation. Of course, we've got the new guy coming in from Russia. I believe it's Koskinen, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't really researched that one too much, but backups ain't going to shift the balance power like they did last season. If Cam Talbot can play the way he did, avoid the injury bug, and come in and shut the door. So Cam Talbot, that's the other one I want to research. As you guys see, I like making it because I forget things really easy. Talbot, if HockeyDB wants to give me the chance to look him up. Cam Talbot right here. Brad Talbot, Colin Talbot, Cameron Talbot. Let's see, Cameron Talbot. There he is, bing bang. Got his full name in there, that's weird. So last year, what do you have? He had 31 wins and 31 losses in a total of 67 games played. Last season before, he had played 73. So now this is the thing. The backup is going to be vital, but Talbot needs to reach the 70 game mark again. You need to have a steady backup who can win 8 of 12 games he starts, and then of course have Talbot win at least 35 of his 70 games started, and then lose a couple in overtime and whatnot. So if you can get 8 of 12 from the backup, that's where you're playing back-to-backs and you're against a weaker opponent or something like that. You just need to find good spots to start the backup, get a good performance from the offense, get a good job by the defense, and gun it for 8 of 4 or 8 of 12. 4 losses is about the magic number you can have out of your backup. And then Cam Talbot needs to go about 35, 30, and 5 would be the magic number for the Oilers to make the playoffs this next season, I believe. So guys, I hope you've listened and enjoyed me rambling. Anyways, I'm Tyson. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. As always, guys, I will catch you in the next one. I am up on out of here.